Well, we've had an interesting trading day. Of course, the WASDE report came out. Seems like it wasn't too crazy. And we're being joined today on the daily market summary by Kenan Layden of agmarket.net. And Kenan, let's just start with that WASDE. I heard it's kind of a snooze fest, which is kind of what you expect in April.
Yeah, you could say that. Indian stocks on soybeans and corn were left unchanged. They swapped a few things around on the soybean sheet. Exports decrease, crush increase, 35 million bushels. The only main domestic balance sheet change was in wheat. They raised the Indian stocks of wheat. So yet another bearish blow for wheat, and the board kind of shows that today. Also, world Indian stocks of wheat were higher. So I guess more bad news for wheat on the report would be kind of the takeaway from today.
All right, but then looking at how the market's finished and what we've all got going on in the world, how did corn and soybeans fare today?
Ah, you know, pretty lackluster, I would say. Beans were up there for a while and they closed a little bit unchanged. You could say within a range. If you look at the soybean chart, it's interesting. Since that 70-cent limit day, it's been a very consolidative pattern, trading really sideways. So probably just waiting on China news, which is the next batch of headlines, that will add to this Iran news, which changes day by day, that will throw volatility into that market. But for right now, it's been pretty sideways since that big limit moved down today. And corn was not able to recover today. Front month is trading below that 450 number, new crop below 475. So not on the right part of the range where we're not making big new moves towards the highs or anything like that. So kind of a lackluster day in the other corn and soybean complex. As far as canola and soy oil, they seem to be trailing oil really closely. So oil's up, they're up, oil's down, they're down. That seems to be this week's view on those oil crops.
And then corn has kind of quietly just been kind of going lower, inching there day by day over the last couple of sessions, hasn't it?
Yeah, it just keeps 450, 449, depending how you look at it. It was supposed to be really good support. It's kind of broke some of its technical uptrends patterns, technical support. So yeah, it just seems to not be putting in any premium from the Iran war, and just like you said, it's just grinding lower here. And an interesting point that to think about is managed money has made large long positions in the soy complex and corn, and they were even slightly positive wheat. They were also very long canola, soy oil. So I think that those large managed money positions might be something that may put pressure if they decide to get out of the market on those type of positions. But if they decide to defend them, it should hold in here at some of these levels, which would be what we're hoping for.
And then moving to the livestock side of things, Ken, and I know a week ago we were getting ready for the 3-day holiday weekend, and cattle, finally the Packers had to, give in and pay some higher prices and cash settlements. Here we are a week later. Have we seen any cash movement yet, or what are we looking at? We'll start with the cattle side of it.
Yeah, cattle had a good strong close into the end of the day, which was good to see. Maybe benefiting from some of those macroeconomic things, and maybe like you said, the cash just needs to be higher, and there's going to be demand here going into more of a high beef demand season. And so that was good to see. I know feeder prices, feeder calf index is probably projected to be down today. It's been fairly steady, so cash is holding in there, like you said, and we're still not at the highs where a lot of these contracts were, but we've made some nice recoveries from some of the sell-offs we had earlier this year.
And then moving over to the hog side of things, I know they've been kind of like corn quietly slipping down here a little bit. Were they able to get some footing today?
They closed lower today. They've been holding and hugging, finding support, whatever you want to call it, at that 100-day moving average. So that is good support for now, and hopefully we hold there. And there's some fundamental news here that drives them higher.
All right. Well, Kenan, if folks want to get in touch at agmarket.net to kind of talk about some of the strategies or things they should be looking at, what's the best way to get that conversation started?
Yeah, just check us out online, like you said, at agmarket.net.
All right. Kenan Layden's been the guest here today. Kenan, we thanks so much for the insight, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
Thanks, Dustin.